My wife and I were in New York at the toy show, and I called the Johnny Carson show. Now, everybody wants to get on the Johnny Carson show. And I had sent them a publicity release on the ant farm, but they didn't answer me. So I'm at the New Yorker Hotel and Americana Hotel, and I call up the Tonight Show, and I said, my name's Joe Cosman, and I sent in a little publicity release on my ant farm. They said, oh, you're lucky. We had a last-minute cancellation. Can you be over here today at 4 o'clock with 100 ants? Here it is, the middle of winter. It's February. I said, yes. So I ordered breakfast. The room service brings it up, and I steal a knife and fork. My wife and I leave the hotel, and we get into one of these horse-drawn buggies around Central Park. And I don't tell the driver what I'm looking for, but I have him stop every 15 minutes, and I get out and I start digging into the frozen ground. And he's looking at me like I've lost my marbles, and I can't find a single ant. I go back to the hotel and I call up some pet supply stores. Nobody keeps ants. And here I needed ants by 4 o'clock at the studio. So I suddenly remembered that we had the world's biggest ant farm at the World's Fair in New York, which is in Flushings. But now it's already around noon. I could never get the Flushings and back by 4 o'clock. So I called up a helicopter service. And I asked them, how much do you want to bring 100 ants from the World's Fair to the Pan American building? So the fellow said, you jokesters make me sick. You're always calling up with these silly stories. And I said, listen, I'm right at the desk at the Americana Hotel. Now here's the phone number. Call the Americana Hotel. Ask for the manager. He's right here. And he'll verify who I am. So the helicopter man calls back, and the manager said, yeah, Mr. Cosman's a guest in our hotel, and he needs ants. So he gives me the phone. I said, how much do you want to bring me 100 ants? He says, $300. I says, God, we only pay a penny apiece for them in California. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll bring you 300 ants for the same price. So I give them authority to do it, and I run over to the Pan American building around 2:30 in the afternoon. The helicopter lands. I give him a check for $300, and he gives me the vial of ants. And I run over to the Johnny Carson show, and I was on the show for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Now that's about $4,000 a minute, $5,000 a minute. When I came back to Los Angeles, you could see our sales going up like this from that exposure. It cost $300.